Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please place all electronic devices to vibrate. Madam Majority Leader.
Good afternoon and welcome to the stated meeting of February 8th, 2024. I am Majority Leader Amanda Farias, and I'd like to thank you for joining us. If you would like to follow along, the agenda for today's meeting is posted on our website. On behalf of the body, I welcome the members of the public who have joined us here today. During stated meetings, only members of the council may speak. Members of the public shall remain silent. If you wish to express support of any remarks, you may make the silent approval gesture. I want to remind my colleagues that decorum is to be respected at all times. Insulting each other is not appropriate. All remarks are to be addressed to the chair, and members shall not speak unless recognized by the chair. It is essential that even if we disagree, we treat each other with respect.
Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Roll call.
Abreu.
Present.
Arreola. Aviles.
Presente.
Ayala.
Here.
Banks.
Here.
Botcher.
Here.
Brannan.
Here.
Brewer.
Here.
Brooks Powers.
Present.
Caban.
Present.
Carr. De La Rosa.
Here.
Dinowitz.
Present.
Felice.
Here.
Gennaro. Gutierrez.
Presente.
Hanif.
Here.
Hanks.
Present.
Holden.
Here.
Hudson.
Present.
Joseph.
Here.
Krishnan.
Here.
Lee.
Here.
Lewis.
Present.
Marmorato.
Present.
Arreola.
Here.
Carr. Marte.
Present.
Mealy.
Present.
Menon.
Here.
Moya.
Here.
Narcisse.
Present.
Nurse. Osei.
Present.
Palladino.
Here.
Powers.
Here.
Wrestler.
Here.
Riley.
Present.
Rivera.
Present.
Salam.
Present.
Salamanca.
Present.
Sanchez.
Present.
Shulman.
Here.
Stevens.
Here.
Ung.
Present.
Vernikoff. Williams.
I'm here.
Juan.
Present.
Yeager.
Here.
Zhuang.
Here.
Borelli. Farias.
Present.
Speaker Adams.
Present.
Thank you. We will now have today's invocation, which will be delivered by Bishop Hugh Nelson of Ebenezer Urban Ministry Church of God, which is located at 660 Powell Street in Brooklyn.
We humble our hearts, O Lord, acknowledging you as Lord and Savior. We're grateful for the privilege you've granted to us to be in a country which recognizes the power of prayer. We thank you, Lord, that as we gather in these chambers, as you have chosen each of us, not so much representing ourselves as representing our constituencies. Father, will you grant wisdom, knowledge, and understanding? Your words are clear: unless you build a house, the builders build in vain. Unless you watch over the city, the watchmen watch in vain. And so we humbly bow our hearts and ask that you grant grace and wisdom. With all of our deliberations, Lord, we seek for one thing, that you might be pleased, and that our community, our city, will be enhanced. Grant your blessings upon this time, we pray. In that name which is above every name, we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you. I would now like to ask Councilmember Chris Banks to spread the invocation on the record.
Thank you, Majority Leader. I would like to thank Bishop Hugh Nelson for being here today. Bishop Dr. Nelson is a man of God committed to ministry of restoration that reaches beyond the sanctuary to uplift those most in need. He was born in the beautiful island of Jamaica, and Bishop Nelson and his family relocated to Brooklyn, New York in 2003, where he presently serves as the senior pastor for the Church of God of East Flatbush in my district, presently known as Ebenezer Urban Ministry Center. Bishop Nelson is a visionary whose guidance and focus on leadership development enabled the Church of God of East Flatbush to evolve from a single-cell church model into a vibrant urban ministry center that is home to more than 1,700 members and ministers to over 2,500 on a weekly basis. In 2011, Bishop Nelson led his congregation in purchasing 2 city blocks to develop the Ebenezer Plaza, which will provide a 40,000 square footage urban ministry center and 530 affordable housing units. I make a motion for unanimous consent to spread the invocation in full upon the record.
We will now have the adoption of minutes by Councilmember David Carr.
I move that the minutes of the stated meeting of January 18th, 2024 be adopted as printed.
Messages and papers from the mayor.
M14 through M19, various budget documents.
Finance.
M20, preliminary mayor's management report.
Received, ordered, printed, and filed.
M21, city debt and reserves.
Received, ordered, printed, and filed.
M22 and M23, conflict of interest board appointments.
Rules, privileges, and elections.
Communication from city, county, and borough offices.
M24, OMB withdrawal.
Received, ordered, printed, and filed.
M25 and M26, budget appropriations.
Finance.
Petitions and communications.
M27, Rule 2.75B report.
Received, ordered, printed, and filed.
Land use call-ups.
M28, Tyndale Terrace.
Coupled on call-up vote, I now ask that the clerk take a roll call vote on today's land use call-ups.
Abreu.
Aye.
Ariola.
I vote aye.
Aviles.
Aye.
Ayala.
Aye.
Banks.
Aye.
Botcher.
Aye.
Brannon.
Aye.
Brewer.
Yes.
Brooks Powers.
Aye.
Caban.
Aye.
Thank you. Carr.
Aye.
De La Rosa.
Aye.
Dinowitz.
Aye.
Feliz.
Aye.
Gennaro. Gutierrez.
Aye.
Hanif.
Aye.
Hanks.
Aye.
Holden.
Aye.
Hudson.
Aye.
Joseph.
Aye.
Krishnan.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Lewis.
Aye.
Marmorato.
Aye.
Marte.
Aye.
Mealy.
Aye.
Thank you.
Aye.
Menon.
Aye.
Oh, thank you. Sorry. Moya.
Aye.
Narcisse.
Aye.
Nurse.
Aye.
Thank you. Osei.
Aye.
Palladino.
Aye.
Powers.
Aye.
Wrestler.
Aye.
Riley. Rivera.
I vote aye.
Salam.
Aye.
Salamanca.
Aye.
Sanchez.
Aye.
Schulman.
Aye.
Stevens.
Aye.
Ung.
Aye.
Vernikov.
Aye.
Williams.
I vote aye.
Juan.
Aye.
Yeager.
Aye.
Zhuang.
Aye.
Gennaro.
Aye.
Thank you. Riley. Borelli.
Aye.
Farias.
I vote aye.
Speaker Adams.
Aye.
Today's land use call-ups are adopted by a vote of 50 in the affirmative and 0 in the negative. We will now have communication from Speaker Adrian Adams.
Thank you, Madam Majority Leader, and good afternoon, everyone. I want to begin by acknowledging the loss of Cecilia Gentili, a trailblazing, passionate, and powerful advocate whose work over decades has made our city more equitable. Cecilia's relentless pursuit of dignity and justice for our LGBTQIA+ community, especially trans New Yorkers, immigrants, women, and so many others, will have a lasting impact on our city for generations. Thank you for your fearlessness and courage, Cecilia. My heart is with your loved ones and community. Our city is also mourning the death of 2 New Yorkers who were tragically taken from us due to dangerous fires, including a 67-year-old man at the Gowanus houses in Councilmember Hanif's district, and an 86-year-old woman from Regal Park in Councilmember Holden's district. Our thoughts are with their family and friends during this very difficult time. Now I'd like to talk about the public conversation that has occurred over the past several days that's been lacking in basic facts. It's been reminiscent of the 1990s when fear-mongering crowded our facts and has sought to conflate issues that have no connection. I want to lay out some basic facts and provide some important clarity and context that have been missing from the conversation. The alleged assault on NYPD officers in Times Square that we saw on video was deeply troubling. In fact, it was deplorable, as violence against police officers, city workers, or any New Yorker is wrong and unacceptable. Those involved in any assault should be held accountable for their actions. These should be shared truths that unite every New Yorker, regardless of who may or may not have been responsible. While it is fair to scrutinize the criminal legal process and any issues related to it, the unfounded leap to draw a connection to city laws that make New Yorkers safer and cast blame on asylum seekers broadly lacks any foundation in truth. This past week, some have pointed to this deplorable incident as a reason to revisit policies advanced by Democratic and Republican mayors, from Ed Koch to David Dinkins to Rudy Giuliani to Michael Bloomberg and beyond, who recognized that keeping city agencies and workers from being used for federal immigration enforcement is in the best interest of public safety and the well-being of our city. In reality, these bipartisan city policies have no connection to this incident. This was an issue of our local law enforcement solving and prosecuting an alleged crime as governed by the state criminal law and the United States Constitution. City law does not interfere in the criminal legal process, nor any federal immigration law. So-called sanctuary policies have no bearing on how crime is prosecuted. They don't conceal or shelter people from detection, nor do they shield people from deportation or prosecution for criminal activities. They simply reflect best practices to safeguard public safety and well-being for cities with immigrant communities, which have been a priority of Democratic and Republican mayors alike for decades. This started with an executive order by Mayor Ed Koch, reissued by Mayor Dinkins and Giuliani, defended in federal court by Mayor Giuliani, and restored by Mayor Bloomberg when many of these policies began to be codified into local law. In a city where 1/3 of all people are immigrants from over 200 countries, these diverse mayors shared an understanding that immigrant New Yorkers are not to be deterred from seeking help from or reporting crimes to city agencies due to fear of deportation. That would make us less safe. These policies foster trust and cooperation between immigrant communities and local authorities, which is critical to public safety. In fact, the evidence shows that counties with these policies across the country are safer and have less crime than those without them. We can hold two truths. We can be united in denouncing the attacks, and we can uphold the proven public safety policies that have served our city and our immigrant communities for decades. Our city is better than the public conversation of the past several days, and we all have a role to play in advancing public safety, not politics, on behalf of all New Yorkers. I also want to take a moment to share my profound disappointment and anger on behalf of the city's hundreds of thousands of public housing residents regarding yesterday's announced legal actions taken against current and former NYCHA employees in one of the largest corruption cases in the history of the United States Department of Justice. The impact on nearly 100 NYCHA developments across this city, including at Baisley Park houses in my own district, is far-reaching. Violating the public trust of New Yorkers is already being ill-served by unacceptable living conditions. Our public housing residents deserve so much better. Residents should be able to trust and rely on NYCHA management to make timely repairs that address quality of life issues, and these allegations represent an immense betrayal. It's unacceptable, and NYCHA must do better by public housing residents across our city. Happy Black History Month, everyone. As we celebrate this year, let us do so with great pride and joy and take time to share the known and lesser known stories about the brilliant Black Americans whose contributions have positively shaped our city and country. This month and every month, it is important that we honor our ancestors and those whose shoulders we stand on today by continuing our struggles for justice, dignity, and liberation. February is American Heart Month. It's a time when we raise awareness about the impact of heart disease, which has been the leading cause of death in the United States since 1950. And today, we're wearing red ribbons. Some of us are wearing red garments in honor of National Wear Red Day, which is observed on the first Friday in February to bring attention to women's heart health. It's critical that we work together to promote greater heart health and work towards preventing cardiovascular diseases. We also recognized World Hijab Day on February 1st in honor of all New Yorkers and millions of people around the world who wear the hijab with pride. Yesterday was National Black HIV/AIDS Awareness Day. This day reminds us of the persistent disparities that continue to impact Black communities and of the importance of staying committed to promoting HIV prevention, testing, and treatment. It will take all of us to confront the stigma and inequities in our communities. February 7th was also National Girls and Women in Sports Day, in commemoration of the implementation of Title IX more than 5 decades ago. Our Women Majority Council remains committed to the goal of equitable funding and access for women and girls across our city. February 7th is also Grenada's Independence Day. This year marks the 50th anniversary of Grenada's independence, so I want to wish all Grenadian New Yorkers a happy Golden Jubilee celebration. This Saturday, February 10th, marks the start of Lunar New Year, also celebrated as Sul Lal in our Korean communities or Tet in our Vietnamese communities. Yesterday, the Council hosted our annual Lunar New Year celebration, marking the Year of the Dragon. We had the opportunity to celebrate together and honor the great community leaders whose work has uplifted our diverse AAPI communities across the city. I know it was a great celebration, and I want to thank everyone who attended and helped to make it a success. I wish all New Yorkers who are celebrating a happy, healthy, and prosperous Lunar New Year. On February 12th, we will be observing NAACP Day in celebration of the day that the NAACP was formed in 1909. We would not be here today without the work and advocacy of the oldest civil rights organization in the country. February 14th is National Donor Day, a time to spread awareness and education about organ, eye, and tissue donations. These selfless donations make it possible for another to have a second chance at life, and we thank all donors for their generosity. February 14th is also Ash Wednesday. It's the first day of Lent. I wish all those participating a meaningful and reflective season of prayer and fasting. February 15th is National Black Girl Magic Day. Black women are essential to the success and strength of our communities and our city, and it's important that we uplift our contributions. The Council is proud to host a Black Girl Magic Day celebration right here in the Council chambers next Thursday at 6 p.m. I want to thank all of my colleagues who are co-sponsoring this celebration. On February 17th, we will observe Kosovo Independence Day. The Council will be hosting Kosovo Independence Day celebration next Tuesday, so I encourage everyone to join us in the People's House right here, beginning at 6 p.m. February 16th is Gambian Independence Day. New York City is home to a diverse Gambian community, and we thank them for their critical work and contributions to our city. February 21st is International Mother Language Day, formally recognized by New York City last year to honor the importance of the Bengali, Bangla language to Bangladeshis everywhere. Thank you to Majority Leader Farias and Councilmember Hanif for your work to promote the acceptance of linguistic and cultural diversity in our communities. On February 23rd, our Guyanese communities will be celebrating their Republic Day. I'm proud to represent a vibrant Guyanese community in my district, which I call the Great 28, so I want to wish everyone a happy Guyana Republic Day. Next, I want to encourage all New Yorkers to apply for your local community board. As the former chair of Queens Community Board 12, I understand the importance of civic engagement in local government when we work together to meet the needs of our communities. If you're interested in helping to make your neighborhood a better place to live, work, and thrive, I hope you will submit your application to serve your community. Finally, February 5th was Councilmember Hanif's birthday. I hope you had a very happy birthday. Now let's move on to our stated agenda. First, we'll vote on the following finance items: a transparency resolution approving new designations and changes of certain organizations receiving funding in the expense budget. Next, we'll vote on the following land use items. 2226 3rd Avenue would amend the Special East Harlem Corridors District to allow the development of a new 10-story life sciences building in Deputy Speaker Ayala's district. Whitestone Lanes rezoning will facilitate a new 9-story residential building with 415 housing units, including approximately 113 permanently affordable units, accessible public space, and 200 parking spaces in Councilmember Ng's district. The Council is modifying the application to include the deep affordability option in addition to MIH options 1 and 2. 166-11 91st Avenue special permit will provide relief for height restriction that uniquely impacts the development site within the special downtown Jamaica district in Councilmember Williams' district. This special permit will facilitate a new 13-story mixed-use residential and community facility building. The project will include 28 housing units, of which 9 will be affordable, along with outdoor recreational areas and several terraces for residents. Lastly, 962 Pacific Street rezoning. The council will be voting on a resolution to disapprove this application. In 2022, I released a planning and land use toolkit with guidelines that underscored the need to prioritize thoughtful, comprehensive planning, and this is consistent with today's actions. This vote is about prioritizing the comprehensive plan for a neighborhood rezoning that Councilmember Hudson is co-leading with her local community and the Department of City Planning, all stakeholders working together to deliver more housing. The Atlantic Avenue mixed-use plan, which is expected to enter public review this year, is expected to create over 4,200 units, including 1,200 affordable homes, and the private application that is the subject of today's vote exists within that neighborhood rezoning and should be part of that broader plan. The proposed neighborhood rezoning process is well underway, preemptively acting on this single private application that may not be consistent with the larger final neighborhood rezoning in the middle of the process risks undermining the comprehensive planning that builds the sustainable trust necessary to successfully confront the city's housing crisis. Today, we will vote on the following resolutions. Resolution 4A, sponsored by Deputy Speaker Diana Ayala, to authorize the Speaker to commence legal action on behalf of the New York City Council to compel the mayor and his administration to implement City FEP's reform laws, Local Law 99, Local Law 100, Local Law 101, and Local Law 102 of 2023. We want to thank our staff members. We also will vote on the following pieces of legislation. Introduction 93A, sponsored by Health Committee Chair Lynn Schulman, would require the Department of Health and Mental Hygiene to develop a 5-year population health agenda with the goal of improving public health outcomes, addressing health disparities, and improving access to quality health care for New Yorkers to increase life expectancy. The bill would also require DOHMH to submit the agenda to the mayor and the council and to post the agenda on the department's website. Thank you to our staff members, Chris Pepe, Sarah Suter, Manur Boots, Florentine Kabur, and Danielle Glantz. Introduction 39A, sponsored by Councilmember Shahana Hanif, would require the Office to End Domestic and Gender-Based Violence to establish a trauma-informed program that connects eligible survivors of domestic or gender-based violence to support services, including but not limited to door and window repair services for the dwellings of eligible survivors, as well as a personal emergency response device. No later than 1 year after establishing the program, the agency would be required to submit a report on the program to the mayor and the council and post the report on the office's website. The agency would also be required to develop and conduct outreach to inform the public about the program. We thank our staff member, Sahar Mozami. And Introduction 25A, sponsored by Councilmember Eric Dinowitz, would require the Department of Housing Preservation and Development, or HPD, to provide an application form for the Senior Citizen Rent Increase Exemption, or SCRE program, to eligible residents in Mitchell-Lama developments, with all applicable data electronically populated in the application. After residents submit their annual income affidavits to HPD, the agency would be required to digitize the data and use it to populate SCRE application forms for residents who are eligible. The populated form would then be provided to potentially eligible residents, along with a letter explaining the features of the SCRE program and information on how to review the application form and apply for the program. We thank our staff members, Christopher Pepe, Chloe Rivera, Emra Edev, Daniel Krupp, Julia Haramis, Jack Story, and Sayyidul Hamid, I'm sorry. Thank you all for your attention, and now I turn it back over to our Majority Leader.
Thank you, Speaker Adams. We will now move into discussion of general orders. And I will call on Councilmember Hanif.
Thank you, Majority Leader Farias. Over a decade ago, as a youth activist, I became involved with the gender justice movement in our city to ensure that all survivors of gender-based and domestic violence were received with care and compassion. Today, I am proud to move legislation that prioritizes their safety. Too often, domestic violence survivors are unable to make essential security repairs to their homes due to high costs. Intro 39A will address this issue by ensuring survivors have access to free lock changes, personal safety alarms, and door and window repairs. These services are critical to keeping survivors safe in their homes. The bill also ensures referrals to services that set survivors up for long-term success, including counseling, safety planning, and housing and legal services. I urge my colleagues to vote in support of this bill. I'm grateful to Speaker Adams and Women and Gender Equity Chair Lewis, co-prime sponsors Chair Lewis and Council Members Caban, Narcisse, Farias, and Riley, and the GBV, Women and Gender Equity Committee Council Sahar Muazzami, my team including Alex Liao, Mus Lamia, Michael Whitesides, and Nora Brickner. And a special shout out goes to advocates and providers like the ASIA Women's Center, Sakhi for South Asian Women, Jahaji Sisters, Women in Need, New Destiny Housing, Safe Horizon, and Womankind, whose insights were integral to this bill and are doing an incredible job supporting survivors every day. I'm proud to have some of them joining today's meeting as my guests. Thank you.
I will now call on Councilmembers Hudson, followed by Dinowitz, and then Shulman.
Thank you, Majority Leader. Good afternoon. Today, this council is voting on a resolution of disapproval of a land use project in my district located at 962 Pacific Street. I'll be voting aye on this resolution of disapproval, and I'd like to briefly explain why. This is an unusual project because the applicant seeks to rezone property located within an area that is part of a community-led neighborhood planning process. City Planning announced the Atlantic Avenue Mixed-Use Plan, known as AMUP, in April 2022, and the public engagement process, which included a dozen public meetings and workshops, started in January 2023. This is not a new initiative, but an effort that is well underway and about which the private applicant is well aware and was a participant in. AMUP will enter ULURP later this spring and will come before the council by the end of this year. In total, it will result in approximately 4,200 apartments, including at least 1,200 affordable homes. Fundamentally, I do not believe in a private application should be allowed to bypass an ongoing comprehensive process that is in the process of being finalized. Neighborhood plans provide the framework and resources to ensure local residents can afford new housing, to protect longstanding residents from displacement, and to secure necessary public realm improvements and upgrades to accommodate greater residential density. This area has already had 8 individual development rezonings since 2018 that have created more than 2,000 units without any corresponding planning or neighborhood-wide upgrades. Without a comprehensive plan in place, this area's infrastructure will become strained and congested and unlivable for all residents. To be clear, a vote to pass this resolution of disapproval is not a vote against building housing. As mentioned, this community-led rezoning will result in thousands of new apartments in this area. Yet by waiting a few months until the ongoing neighborhood planning process is finished, we will have the community's support as well as the city's commitment to provide supporting resources from streetscape improvements to small business support in this area. I look forward to rezoning this site in a few short months as part of the ongoing comprehensive plan. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember. I'd now like to call on Councilmember Dinowitz, followed by Shulman.
Thank you, Madam Majority Leader. Housing stability is critical to the well-being of New Yorkers, and one of the great programs we have for affordable housing in our city is the Mitchell-Lama program. It's a program that helped uplift me and my family years ago. This program helps tens of thousands of New Yorkers build and maintain roots in a community and allows those residents to live comfortably in our communities. But even the affordability of our Mitchell-Lama units is under attack. All over the city, Mitchell-Lamas are seeing skyrocketing monthly costs. In my district, Tracy Towers is seeing a rent increase of 22%. Cannon Heights is seeing their maintenance increase by 44%. And while these increases are unconscionable, our seniors are under particular threat. Often on a fixed income and facing rising costs in every other facet of their life, there is one program that can help protect them. That's the Senior Citizen Rent Increase Exemption Program. Residents of the Mitchell-Lama program right now provide HPD with much of the required information on the SCREE application through their income affidavit, which they fill out every year. My bill, Intro 25A, simply requires HPD to take that information and use it to fill out SCREE applications for our older adults. This makes life easier for our older adults and allows more of them to access our rent freeze program. As the percentage of older adults both seeking shelter and facing financial insecurity increases, it is imperative that we do everything in our power to keep them in their homes so they can age in place with dignity. Keeping seniors in their home is the right thing to do, and requiring our government to work efficiently is the smart thing to do. I wish to thank Chair Hudson for hearing the bill, Speaker Adams for bringing it to a vote. Jenna Klaus and Adam Staropoli from my staff, Christopher Pepe from the Ledge Division, Terry Colon, all 45 of my colleagues that signed on to this bill, for your unbroken commitment to making our city a more equitable place for our older adults. Thank you.
Councilmember Schulman.
Thank you, Majority Leader. Good afternoon. Today, the Council will be voting on Intro 93-A, codifying the city's Healthy NYC initiative to increase New Yorkers' life expectancy to 83 by 2030. This legislation mandates the Department of Health and Mental Hygiene to craft a population health agenda every 5 years involving input from stakeholders throughout the city. It aims to enhance well-being, tackle health disparities, and elevate quality of life, with the first agenda already accessible on the Healthy NYC website. Notably, this codification ensures health goals transcend government and elected administrations, underscoring a long-term commitment to equitable healthcare access. As chair of the Health Committee, I'm proud to collaborate with Speaker Adams, Mayor Adams, and DOHMH Commissioner Vossen on this transformative plan to establish New York as the nation's healthiest city. This is a game changer to build a healthier New York, and I want to extend my deepest appreciation to Speaker Adams and my colleagues for your steadfast support in achieving this milestone, reflecting our collective dedication to the health and well-being of all New Yorkers. I want to thank the Health Committee staff. I want to thank my Chief of Staff, Jonathan Boucher, my Legislative Director, Kevin McAleer, and everyone here for your devotion to health care. Thank you.
Seeing no one else in line to speak, we will move, we will move along with the agenda. Report of special committees.
None.
Reports of standing committees.
Report of the Committee on Aging, Preconsidered Intro 25A, SCREE Program Applications.
Amended and coupled on general orders.
Report of the Committee on Finance, Preconsidered Reso 6, Transparency Resolution.
Coupled on general orders.
Report of the Committee on Health, Preconsidered Intro 93A, Citywide Population Health Agenda.
Amended and coupled on general orders.
Report of the Committee on Land Use, LUs 1 and 2, Whitestone Lanes Rezoning.
Approved with modifications and referred to the City Planning Commission pursuant to Section 197D of the New York City Charter.
Excuse me, LU 3 and Reso 28 through LU 5 and Reso 30, 2226 3rd Avenue.
Coupled on general orders.
LU 6 and Reso 31 through LU 8 and Reso 33, 962 Pacific Street rezoning.
Motion to disapprove.
LU 9 and Reso 34 and LU 10 and Reso 35, 166-11 91st Avenue, special permit.
Coupled on general orders.
Report of the Committee on Women and Gender Equity, Preconsidered Intro 39A, Trauma-Informed Support Program.
Amended and coupled on general orders.
General Orders Calendar, LU 1 and Reso 36 and LU 2 and Reso 37, Whitestone Lanes rezoning.
Coupled on general orders. I now ask that the clerk take a roll call vote on items coupled on today's general orders calendar.
Abreu.
Aye.
Ariola.
I vote aye.
Aviles.
Aye.
Ayala.
Aye.
Banks.
Aye.
Botcher.
Aye.
Brennan.
Aye.
Brewer.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Excuse me, Councilmember Botcher? I'm sorry. Did I get your vote, Councilmember Botcher? My apologies. Thank you, sorry. Thank you. Brooks Powers.
Aye.
Caban.
Aye.
Carr.
Aye.
De La Rosa.
Aye.
Thank you. Dinowitz.
Aye.
Feliz.
Aye.
Gennaro.
Aye.
Gutierrez.
Aye.
Hanif.
Aye.
Hanks.
Aye.
Holden.
Aye.
Hudson.
Aye.
Joseph.
Aye.
Krishnan.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Lewis.
Aye.
Marmorato.
Aye.
Marte.
Aye.
Mealy.
Aye.
Menon.
Aye.
Moya.
Aye.
Thank you. Narcisse.
Aye.
Nurse.
I vote aye.
Osei.
I vote aye.
Palladino.
Aye.
Powers.
Aye.
Rustler.
Aye.
Riley.
Majority Leader, I seek permission to vote on today's land use call-ups and general orders. Yeah.
Permission granted.
I don't know.
Rivero.
I vote aye.
Salam.
I vote aye.
Salamanca.
Aye.
Sanchez.
Aye.
Thank you. Schulman.
Aye.
Stevens.
Aye.
Ung.
Aye.
Thank you. Vernikov.
Aye.
Williams.
I vote aye.
Juan.
Aye.
Yeager.
Aye.
Zhuang.
Aye.
Borelli.
Aye.
Farias.
I vote aye on all.
Speaker Adams.
I vote aye.
All items on today's general order calendar are adopted by a vote of 51 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and 0 abstentions. And the revised land use call-ups vote is 51 in the affirmative and 0 in the negative. Introduction and reading of bills. Oh, sorry.
All bills have been referred to committees as indicated on today's agenda.
Thank you. We will now move into the discussion of resolutions. And I'd like to call Councilmember Sanchez up. 1 minute on the clock. Perfect.
Thank you so much. I'd like to speak in support of the resolution that we are voting on today that would provide the administration, would allow the City Council to sue the administration for not, sorry, I wasn't looking at my talking points when you called on me, would allow us to sue the administration so that they would implement FEPS city package. Access to housing vouchers can help longtime New Yorkers avoid evictions that push them into the shelter system, and those already residing in the system transition into permanent housing. Last summer, this council overrode the mayor's veto of our city FEPS housing voucher bills to remove these barriers, and because we recognize the need to confront the intersecting crises of rising evictions, record homelessness, and housing affordability. In spite of these realities, the administration signaled its intentions to violate city-enacted laws by this New York City Council and thereby block newly eligible New Yorkers experiencing homelessness or being at risk of becoming homeless from accessing those vouchers. So I just want to thank the Speaker, the Deputy Speaker, Councilmember Caban, and colleagues in the Council for your support of these efforts to house the most vulnerable New Yorkers.
Councilmember Abreu.
Thank you, Majority Leader. Last May, when this council first passed legislation to keep more of our families housed and eliminate the bureaucratic practices that immiserate and humiliate New Yorkers for the crime of being poor, I spoke about my own experience. I talked about what it feels like to be evicted from your home as a child. I spoke about the people I represented in my career as a tenant rights attorney. And I promised New Yorkers that we were going to do something revolutionary. We were going to start helping people before their lives fell apart. Nearly a year later, that promise has not been realized. So today, I am casting a vote to make clear that my word means something, that this council's word means something. In this chamber, we follow through on our promises, and for that reason, I encourage my colleagues to vote aye. Thank you, Majority Leader.
Thank you, Councilmember Abreu. Would anyone else like to speak? Seeing none, we will now have a voice vote on today's resolution. If you wish to vote against or abstain from today's resolution, please notify the Legislative Documents Unit by email or by approaching the dais. I'll now read today's resolution into the record. Pre-considered Resolution 4 authorizes the Speaker to commence legal action on behalf of the Council of the City of New York to compel the Mayor and his administration to implement Local Law 99 of 2023, Local Law 100 of 2023, Local Law 101 of 2023, and Local Law 102 of 2023, the City FEPS expansion laws. Will all those in favor say aye? All opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? The ayes have it. We will now move into general discussion. I'd first like to call up Councilmember Hanif.
Thank you. Today's the 4th annual Muslim Day at City Hall. Thank you to Mgage for leading a coalition of 25 Muslim-led organizations. We are so proud to welcome you to the People's Chambers. I was proud to join my brother, Councilmember Salam, in sponsoring Muslim Day alongside Majority Leader Farias, Osei Krishnan, Joseph Wrestler Stevens, and Aviles. I want to lift up the demand that our community organizations brought forward today for a permanent ceasefire in Gaza. I also want to emphasize the need to increase funding for these groups so that they can further strengthen their capacity serving asylum seekers and combating the rise in Islamophobia. I also want to use this moment to thank two incredible outgoing members of my team, Chief of Staff Nora Brickner and Communications Director Michael Whitesides. Nora, you've been with me since day one. You set up our office and kept it firing on all cylinders, hired and managed our amazing staff, and have been an invaluable political operator and advisor to me. Michael, you've been critical to our office's success. You ensured our work was reaching our constituents, kept me on track and on message, and established our office as a loud and proud advocate for vulnerable New Yorkers, especially asylum seekers. I couldn't be more grateful for both of you. The office, the district, and the city are better off because of your work. Thank you.
I'd now like to call on Councilmember Arreola, followed by Councilmembers Joseph and Osei.
Thank you. I'm extremely proud to introduce Resolution 5 today. Resolution 5 calls upon the City of New York to rehire all municipal workers who were unjustly removed from their posts due to COVID-19 vaccine noncompliance without requiring them to first sign a waiver forfeiting their civil rights or their rights for back pay. For 2 long years, hundreds of New Yorkers have been denied the ability to work due to their strong personal convictions regarding the COVID-19 vaccine. Some had religious motivations, others health-related ones, but all had deep personal reasons for declining to take that vaccine. It is now time that these men and women return to the jobs they love, and we as a city move forward, finally ending this long, painful chapter in our history once and for all. These men and women who were stripped of their positions, many of whom are here with us today, are all dedicated civil servants with long careers in serving the people of New York City. They would like nothing more than to return to their careers and continue their work in the city that they serve, and to collect the back pay that they are rightfully entitled to. This is why I'm introducing this resolution, so that all of these real-life heroes can get back to work, continue to do the jobs they love, and keep on serving the people of this city to the best of their abilities. I'd like to thank Teachers for Choice, Bravest for Choice, Cops for Freedom, and any other group that has been disenfranchised from getting back to work. You inspire us every single day to fight for you. And I'd also like to thank my staff, especially my Chief of Staff, who I call our force of nature, Phyllis Cincirillo, for her dedication to helping them get back to work every single day. Thank you for the time.
Thank you, Councilmember. Councilmember Joseph, followed by Osei, and then Riley.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, Majority Leader, and colleagues. I'm honored today to propose 2 pieces of legislation, one being local law amending the New York City Charter and Administrative Code to require New York City Department of Education to report actual class sizes and expand reports on the number of students in special programs in New York City public schools. This is a reintroduction from our last legislative session. Your support in this bill is greatly appreciated. The other one is Resolution 13, which CM Lee is a co-prime sponsor, will designate second Friday in March annually as Social Emotional Learning Day in New York City, recognizing the importance of ensuring that pre-kindergarten through 12th grade public school students acquire the social emotional competency needed to succeed in life. Both pieces of legislation are crucial for the well-being of our New York City school students. As a forever educator and the chair of the Committee on Education, I know firsthand the importance of non-crowded classrooms and aiding students learn. Additionally, it is imperative that we prioritize social emotional learning to equip our students with the necessary skills to succeed within the community and beyond. Thank you for your support in passing both legislation soon. Special thanks to the legislative team and my staff for their work in this process. Thank you, Majority Leader.
Councilmember Osei, followed by Councilmember Riley, and then Schulman.
Thank you, Madam President. I'm proud to be a co-sponsor of Muslim Day at City Hall, hosted by M. Gage and Councilmembers Salam and Hanif. Numbering more than 1 million Muslims represent a large and growing part of our beautiful city. I recognize the obligation to elevate and include them in our great democracy. My district includes Brooklyn's largest mosque, and New York boasts America's largest Muslim community. They have our attention and respect. One primary demand of the American Muslim community, as well as people across the ideological spectrum, is for a ceasefire in Gaza. This is indisputably necessary to prevent more civilian deaths, as well as to free all hostages and bring them home safely. The violence must end. America must exercise our influence to end it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Councilmember Riley, followed by Councilmembers Schulman and Brooks Powers.
Thank you, Majority Leader. Highlighting the significance of staying connected and culturally attuned to effectively addressing the needs of most marginalized communities is crucial. Often music, art, and culture serves as a direct echo of voices and experiences on our streets, providing innovative approaches to tackle pressing issues within our communities. From the great J. Cole, everybody mentions suicide prevention. Man, they even made a hotline to call it when there's tension, but I got a question, what about a homicide? Need a number for my people to call whenever there's an urge to get triggers involved. With inspiration from hip hop, I'm proud to introduce my bill Intro 82, From Lyrics to Legislation, an initiative that I'm trying out now. Approach aiming to strengthen our city's preventive plan against gun violence in our communities. This bill will establish a 3-digit gun violence intervention hotline operated by trained mental health professionals to connect callers to New York City crisis management system. I am proud to be introducing this piece of legislation today with the Hood Caucus members, Councilmember Williams and Stevens, that focus on protecting our most vulnerable communities and de-escalating potential gun violence incidents before tragedy strikes. A caller will receive information on the nearest community-based organization if they inquired about conflict de-escalation techniques for themselves, their families, or their neighbors. With a comprehensive plan for 24/7 operation, a public awareness campaign, and yearly reporting, the Gun Violence Intervention Hotline through the Office of Neighborhood Safety and Prevention of Gun Violence expands pathways to improve our current CMS system to mitigate the effects of trauma and violence. With gun violence disproportionately affecting our Black and brown communities, this legislation strengthens the Council's investments into public safety with wraparound services. Thank you to the essential workers and leadership of the CMS groups and all anti-violence, gun violence advocates. I'll urge my colleagues to support this bill today. Thank you.
Councilmember Schulman, followed by Brooks Powers and Wong.
Thank you. Today I am introducing Resolution 27 that is co-prime sponsored by Councilmember Ariola and also sponsored by Councilmembers Powers, Lee, and Gennaro. This resolution supports the New York State Smokeout Act sponsored by Assemblymember Jennifer Rajkumar and State Senator Leroy Comrie. The state legislation is critical to combating the unchecked growth of illegal marijuana dispensaries in our city. The Smokeout Act ensures the effective regulation of the cannabis industry and, most importantly, would expand enforcement authority to local governments by giving municipal officials direct power to order the immediate closure of any business found to be illegally selling unlicensed cannabis. This will protect consumers from unsafe products and our communities from illicit activities. By supporting this bill, we will be promoting responsible business practices and advancing social equity. I urge my colleagues to sign on to this resolution in support of the Smokeout Act, sending a clear message of commitment to the public safety and healthy well-being of all New Yorkers. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Brooks Powers, followed by Juan and Brewer.
Today, I'm proud to introduce Intro 23, which would require the comptroller conduct annual audits of city agencies focused solely on MWBE procurement. This issue is of crucial importance to communities throughout the city. Businesses across the city owned by New Yorkers of color deserve the opportunity to obtain major contracts with the city. Ensuring diverse businesses have equitable access to contracting strengthens communities and extends economic opportunity across our neighborhoods. Alongside Councilmember Juan, I will be hosting an oversight hearing next week examining our city's infrastructure projects through the lens of equity. I look forward to working alongside all of my colleagues this term to increase MWBE utilization throughout the city, and I encourage others to sign on. Thank you.
Councilmember Juan, followed by Brewer and Zhuang.
Losar Tashideleg. It is such an honor for me. Today I am introducing Intro 100, which would suspend alternate side parking on Losar the holiday. This is a crucial Tibetan and Himalayan holiday for New Yorkers who are able to stay home with their families during the important religious and cultural holiday without being disrupted or worried about getting a ticket or being towed. So suspending alternate side parking on Losar is a practical and symbolic way that we can honor our neighbors and religious practices with the time with their families. For those who are unfamiliar, Losar, or Tibetan Lunar New Year, begins this Saturday. It's celebrated by an estimate of 61,000 Buddhists and Himalayan New Yorkers from Bhutan, India, Nepal, Tibet, and other countries. And these New Yorkers are some of the fastest growing communities in my district. Every year, I have the honor of celebrating Losar at the Tibetan Community Center in Woodside, where families share traditional food, pray, dance, and enjoy other celebrations. While this year Losar coincides with Lunar New Year, it can take place 1 or 2 months before or after Lunar New Year celebrated by other Asian countries. So the city already suspends alternate side parking for Lunar New Year celebrated in my home country like Seollal for Korea or Vietnam or China. But along with council members Krishnan, Joseph, Kaban, Holden, Hanif, Nurse, and Aviles, who have substantial numbers of Himalayan constituents that celebrate Losar, I am so happy to be able to introduce this today. And I ask all of my colleagues to join us as a co-sponsor of Intro 100. Happy and Losar Tashidelek to all those who celebrate.
Councilmember Brewer.
Thank you. I just want to mention 2 topics, one smoke shops and one NYCHA. Just in terms of smoke shops, I've been trying to close one in my area, which is right next to a school. And I just want to give you a sense of the challenges, although you may know. There are 2 state agencies working on this. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 city agencies working on this topic. PD, Health, Corp Council, Consumer and Worker Protection, the District Attorney, the Sheriff, Oath, and I would say also the Department of Education, because that's where the students are unfortunately taking advantage of it. I want to say that this administration should put everybody in one room in order to get these smoke shops closed. Number 2, on the NYCHA, I want to thank the DOI investigation and the U.S. Attorney. I will say that as we speak, whistleblowers are calling my office to say what should they do because they know of other corruption. And I hope that our whistleblower law is held up and that the individuals who come forth are not ostracized or penalized by anybody, because it's very challenging to be a whistleblower. But I want to thank those 2 agencies for bringing this to our attention. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Councilmember Zhuang, followed by Narcisse and Ressler.
Thanks, Majority Leader, and also thanks, Speaker. Tomorrow is the Lunar New Year Eve. It's a year of dragon. Dragon is a symbol of strength of people, good fortune, and power. As a Chinese tradition, we pray and make a lot of food on New Year Eve. I want to pray to our ancestors to bless our friends in City Council, constituents in my district, and the people in New York City. Have a happy, healthy, and a prosperous year. And I wish everyone all the best of Year of Dragon. And God bless us, God bless New York City, and God bless America. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Narcisse. Yay. Followed by Councilmember Ressler.
Thank you, Madam Majority Leader. Thank you for the opportunity to speak on Intro 53, a crucial bill aimed at addressing the pressing issue of pediatric obesity in our city. Many times we said how our children, our youth are so big, but it is a very issue and health concern that requires proactive measure to combat, and it's detrimental, of course, effects on our youth. When I talk about preventive care, that's one of the places that we can do that. This bill proposes a comprehensive approach through public educational outreach efforts led by the Department of Health and Mental Hygiene. Intro 53 mandates the Department of Health to conduct public educational outreach programs. These programs are vital in increasing awareness among our communities about the serious health risks associated with our children. Obesity is something that some folks say that it cannot be prevented. Of course it can be prevented by educating the parents, caregivers, and children themselves about the importance of healthy lifestyle choices they have to make. We cannot tell the folks, especially in underserved community, to eat properly, yet they don't have access. We can empower folks. We can make things easier by creating access and educational material available to let folks know the choices that they can make. It is to make an informed decision that promote well-being of our children. Intro 53 represented proactive, and we can do it. We can tackle obesity in our city by prioritizing public education, targeting outreach, and access to resources. We can work towards ensuring a healthier future for our babies. I urge my fellow council members to support, and I have to say thank you to the prime co-sponsor, Councilman Schulman and Riley. Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Majority Leader.
Councilmember Ressler.
Great. Thank you so much, Madam Majority Leader. I am reintroducing a whole bunch of great bills today that I am really excited about, and I hope my colleagues will consider signing on to them again, but I'm not going to bother you about any of those. I've got a new bill that I do want to share. I will tell you, I go out at night in my district on commercial corridors, and I walk down the sidewalk, and it is dark. And it makes for a serious public safety risk. We track carefully, and we reach out to the Department of Transportation, and we say we need more lighting, and maybe we'll get a survey of the lighting, and maybe in 3 years' time, they'll add some lights. But most often, they don't. And the streets remain dark. It's bad for our local economy. It's bad for public safety. We track with really thoughtful metrics the number of bike lanes that are getting installed, the number of bus lanes getting installed, and we should. We should also be tracking how many blocks the Department of Transportation is lighting up sufficiently for pedestrians. So we have a new bill that would require DOT to install sidewalk lighting to illuminate pedestrian areas on 50 commercial corridors every year, approximately 500 blocks. Over time, we can make sure that every commercial corridor across the 5 boroughs is properly lit for our safety, to support our small businesses, and to really strengthen our communities. This is an area that is not working well in city government today. We need to actually bring more oversight, and we need to bring real metrics to force the Department of Transportation to do better. And I hope that folks will co-sponsor whatever bill number, intro number it is. I don't know, maybe 80? No, I got that wrong. It's something, but I appreciate you all considering it. It's a good bill. Pedestrian sidewalk lighting. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Ressler. Councilmember Sanchez.
Thank you, Majority Leader. Today I'm asking my colleagues to support 3 bills that I'm introducing to improve fire safety in the city of New York. After 2 years in my district of seemingly weekly fires, and of course as we commemorate the tragic 2-year anniversary of the Twin Parks Northwest fire in Councilmember Felice's district that took 17 Bronxites. Intro 88 relates to the qualifications and requirements for individuals who are responsible for inspecting, testing, and maintaining smoke control systems and fire and smoke dampers, which y'all might be like, what's that? Dampers facilitate the escape from a building. They suck the smoke out of a building and can ease access for firefighters during emergencies. That's 88. Second, the volume of fires in my district and throughout many in the Bronx and in low-income areas, from deadly 1 and 2 alarm fires to the big ones, 5 alarm fires, has made it resoundingly clear that on-the-ground knowledge is key to supporting fire victims in real time. Intro 89 would require the FDNY to broaden its fire notification to local officials and others. Lastly, Intro 90 would expand fire hazard training to inspectors from HPD and DOB, who together with fire department inspectors are frequently in New York City buildings and who, of course, are responsible for keeping us all safe. The tragic impact of fires and tragic events like Twin Parks Northwest weighs heavily on all of us, and it's our responsibility to act. Thank you.
Thank you. Seeing no one else up to speak, I'll now call on Speaker Adrian Adams to close today's stated meeting.
Thank you, Majority Leader. The stated meeting of February 8, 2024 is hereby adjourned.